Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and I'm joined by Alex Machine.
I'll take Machine
Richardson tonight. For tonight's 3 matches that we have. But first, let's talk about yesterday, because we had some fantastic matches. And we have an awesome recap for you guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESL ESEA Pro League. Starting off, it's going to be a double header straight away. HellRaisers up against TSM. Device is pinned in the corner. They know where he is. There's Carrigan, gets out, gets one, delays things, buys time. Device got picked off. He's defusing down. He had to get pulled off the defuse. Oscar, is he sticking it? He must be. No! Holds the angle and Carrigan. Doesn't matter. Looks like Dupree's going to go full-on aggression.
Oh, he's going for the knife.
Oh, no, he's above him. He's gone around. He gets the backstab. Asian B is pushing around. He goes for the peak, catches out, could get the double spray down, and he will.
This is down to 2, Zipmix and Carrigan. What can they do here? Zipmix buying time. He gets down 1, he gets down 2.
The next match coming up will be HellRaisers versus TSM, once again on cash.
As you can see, the pressure starting to mount here. They are peaking every single time, and they're trying to close in, but Carrigan
goes for a second peek. This is risky stuff, but he manages to get one, and the second!
It's going to leave these guys in a predicament. That nade is going to hurt. Zipmix, however, fights through it, gets the double. Sticko gives away the game. TSM now want to close in on him. Pick up another. He's now surrounded. TSM doing it piece by piece, but Oscar falls as well. My God, HellRaisers, you had this in your hands.
Major semi-finalists, it is NIP up against Dignitas, and that's going to be on train.
Straight out, nade in hand. He knows they're poor. He knows they ain't got much. And he just twitches straight on with the Mac Daddy. Look at this guy.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying because it doesn't matter. Freiburg's come around and he gets himself a double.
That's 2 tags. Gonna get the frag to follow as well. Get Right's gonna close down Kievi. And this is disastrous for Dignitas. They went for the full rifle buy-up and they've just been shredded.
NIP versus EnVyUS, that's coming up next. It's on Cobblestone.
Punishes him as he tries to make another drop, but Freiburg there with the rifle. Gero with the Mac Daddy, but there's the double kill coming in for Envy.
Forrest that pushes through and finds yet another important frag, but Kenny will answer. Forrest just would have caught a glimpse on him, but Kenny has the amount of nades that were set up there. This is perfectly blender for NIP. They get themselves a 2-for-1 trade. Alu picks himself up another. That nade's going to rattle through. Kenny forced out. He gets caught out, and it's Exist that gets himself another. It was quite an important game. It puts EnVyUS onto, what, 8 and 7 in the league? They're chasing, they're trying to get in there. At the moment, 3rd and 4th spot, wide open. And RV almost secured themselves qualification. And of course, these were the results from yesterday. Some fantastic games. Very, very close ones for TSM, no doubt about it. That 14-16 result could easily have gone HellRaisers' way. And in fact, if anything, they're going to be kicking themselves. They should have won that game. It went 11-11, 12-12, and then they stretched it to 14. But then they just fell apart a little bit. And, well, TSM, they picked up almost a force, like a quasi-buy round. HellRaisers really should have won it. But NIP was, on fire yesterday.
Yeah, I think the HellRaisers point's a big one, considering that this is a team that really could use some wins right now.
And how many times do we say it about HellRaisers?
It really does feel like this kind of just bashing my head against a concrete wall where you just always see them getting these very, very narrow loss margins against some of the best. And yet they never seem to be able to close it out. Even with these couple of changes, of course, the addition of Oscar, people actually claiming he's a very, very huge kind of force to be reckoned with. Lots of fragging on that man. Some questioning his team play, but, you know, at this point, I think an influx of frags is just what the doctor ordered for HellRaisers.
Yeah, and of course, you had your Vulcan pick on Exist yesterday. 25, I think it was, kills against EnVyUS. 32 for Forrest. Massive, massive step up, but fantastic matches. That takes us into the league table, of course. Fantastic results, and it really opens things up. TSM and Fnatic clearly run away at the top of there. Navi, you would think they'd be safe. They've only got a couple more matches to go, 4 more games to go. But look at this. Look how close everybody is. Dignitas, Titan, EnVyUS, NIP, they're all in there with 7 to 8 losses. It is wide open for that 4th spot. Just think, what, 2-3 weeks ago we were talking about, oh, they've got 8 losses, they're done. Virtus Pro down in the lower half of the table now actually have a chance, a legitimate chance. They've got 9 losses, but everybody else is getting close to that bubble right now. This actually is doable suddenly for them. Meanwhile, of course, the relegation zone, this is the real battle. Obviously, the Penta, the HellRaisers, the SK. You assume that SK are almost done and dusted. HellRaisers, Penta, and Mouse, they're the ones that are slugging it out right now. Virtus Pro got to be careful they don't get dragged into it.
Yeah, I think we can straight and very clearly say that we've lost SK just because they've lost their roster. Their roster's dissolved, and it's just a bit of a shambles at this point. So yeah, forgetting SK and instead looking at those kind of relegation matches, you've got a couple of teams that are really kind of going to be in a whole lot of trouble very fast unless they can start finding some wins. And I mean, HellRaisers had 2 fantastic opportunities yesterday. They get another one today, and it's going to be really intriguing to see if that roster can finally find just catch their breath somewhat. You can see the games coming up here. We're going to be starting with a bit of a challenge. You know, we were saying yesterday they went up against TSM. This one an equally as tough challenge, if not a bigger one, of course, off the back of their victory at the major.
All Smurfs now as well. They've got their blue hair. I don't know if you saw
they all do it.
Oh, well, MBK, I'm pretty sure he said he was going to get everybody to do it. But anyway, you may have seen the pictures of MBK with his beautiful blue hair. I'm not too sure. Whatever. You know what? They want a major. They can do what they want. But double games for NIP again tonight. It is going to be obviously versus HellRaisers on Overpass. That's not an easy game for NIP. No. They've actually only played 10 games on Overpass in 2015. Yeah. We're in November. They've played 10 games on Overpass. That's definitely a map they avoid. I
mean, everyone knows it's a map that they try and avoid with their bans, and I think it's going to be really intriguing. Whether that's going to influence my Vulcan picks, I'm not too sure.
Well,
I still like what NIP have got.
Go for it. We'll get those picks in there right now. Okay. Let's see what you're going to go with.
Okay, so if you are new to this one, the little segment where sometimes I just pop up in the different corner. This time I'm going to be rocking it live. And let's go
You didn't say hello to us yesterday. I was disappointed.
Did I not say hello to Lee and Lauren, like in the future?
No, well, you were live. You were sat there and you just didn't say anything to us.
He's doing that dank meme. Okay, let's go ahead and jump onto my screen then, and I'm going to start putting some picks, putting some thoughts onto paper. I'm going to be honest, Oscar, just because I would like to see him get crazy frags. And look at this, you know, from 45 average to 76, pretty crazy from him. And
that's not your screen. That's the other screen.
What are you looking at
over there?
That's the wrong screen.
I was looking at the top. I was thinking, you got 9 gig open. Okay, you got a few things open. And I was looking at your screen and going, that's not what you got going on. There you are. Somebody's been browsing on the internet over there.
Yeah, who's that? Either way, we are back, and I can tell you that I have gone for Oscar as a first pick, just because I'd like to give HellRaisers a little bit of benefit of the doubt, especially on Overpass, as you were saying.
They got 2 games,
2 games today, it's worth doing. NIP as well have 2 games, so I think I'm going to probably put a bit of faith in them, especially considering they're going up against Penta. So let's go to the bottom half and look for some NIP members. Freiburg, are you kidding me? For 1,000, going to grab him. I always go for Kia because I can't understand why he's so cheap. Envy, of course, going up against HellRaisers today. Worth picking him up as well. We're not going to be seeing VP because, of course...
What's Forrest at? Because he was massive
Forrest is very expensive. I think he's up here, yeah. So he's about, what, 1,500? Probably worthwhile.
But look at the points yesterday.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. Yeah, go on. Let's treat myself. So we've got 4 more, and we've got, about 4,000. We are going to have to go a little lower down for this. Maybe pick up a couple more HellRaisers players.
Exist is cheap as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for another NIP. Where are we at? 3,500. I'm not going to be able to. Maybe I have to go for another HellRaisers, I think.
Angel.
Let's go at Penta, man.
Angel's got some good points down the bottom here. Look at this.
It does. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Crystal as well. Crystal and Angel. And that leaves me with, what, 1,300, so I can go a little higher up.
Decent player.
Yeah, I can go for, like, not Dignitas, not playing Sticko, no. Look at that. I can grab Apex. Look at that. Very happy with that one. So we've got a little dabble of HellRaisers, 2 members of HellRaisers, 2 members of NIP, 2 members of Envy, and I'm just spreading it nice and thin across the board. That's I'm pretty chuffed with that one, actually. Pretty consistent, and we do have $53 left in my salary, so still not as magical as that 0 I once hit.
Well, you hit the 1 as well when we did it live. That was impressive.
That was very impressive.
Just like straight up. Oh. You'd think you'd start pre-planning these and getting your zeros.
Yeah, eventually at one point I'll do the maths and
you're going to start getting a bit hardcore on it.
Yeah, but if you guys can do it, do let me know. Head over to Vulcan.com and have a go yourself using the code ESL Pro, all in caps, all together. And if you're feeling lazy, you can click the link in the description. It'll do all the same as well. What that provides with is doubling both your deposit and your Vulcan gold. So worth checking that one out if you fancy it and think you can do better than I can with the Fantasy CS. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and continue to turn our attention to the game in hand.
Yes, let's talk about the first match. It is going to be HellRaisers versus EnVyUS. They are sorting themselves out, not all in the server just yet. It's going to be on Inferno. Tricky map for HellRaisers, no doubt about it. They came very close, but we got to talk about EnVyUS. EnVyUS, the major champions, and they also single-handedly just picked Fnatic apart on Inferno. This might not be a good move for them. If we look at the recent results, okay, 16-13 win for HellRaisers over LDLC. Not bad, not bad. Then they lost 16-4 to NIP. Let's look at EnVyUS, shall we? EnVyUS, 25-21. That was obviously Gamers 2. incredible, incredible match. Then they lost, actually, 16-9 to TSM. So they did have a loss in there. But 16-4 over Dignitas, and of course that massive win over Fnatic as well.
Yeah, so
big wins.
And we know EnVy have been very, very strong at the moment in their gameplay. I mean, the major win is kind of testament to that, but also just leading up to the major, they were in pretty good stead. Gamers 2, however, took us by surprise, and that win against Gamers 2 cannot be understated. 25-21, which was the most nail-biting game I've seen on Inferno in a long, long time.
It was actually, as I hate to say it, which often actually is often the case, the semi-final was better than the final. That was much better. It sadly is often the case. I'm trying to think of, like, across a lot of esports events when the semi-final has not been better than the final. There's been a lot of kind of letdowns for finals recently.
Just the way it works.
And even obviously the recent major, the major before that, you could probably argue the
VP game.
The VP game with Fnatic was probably the better match. The semi-final was fantastic, despite the final with EnVyUS. But yeah, it's been a while since we've had a really awesome final in a major of any sport out there. But HellRaisers, not to be sniffed at, as I said, they did a pretty good job against TSM yesterday. Almost managed to take them down, but EnVyUS on Inferno, I feel they're going to be stronger. Now, yesterday, it's F9 your key, mate. That's the one you're looking for. There you go. You got to press your adventure. I got the squeaky chair today. I forgot. I should have swapped the chair.
There we go. I'm finally
I'm squeaking. It's squeaking at me.
Oh, you always get the squeaky chair.
Lauren had the squeaky chair problem yesterday. Okay. I got it today.
So if you hear like rogue kind of mice squeaking around during this cast, it is just Lee attempting to move on his chair.
Yeah, which the problem is I do tend to stand up, so I'm going to have to switch his chair right in a moment. You know, I'm going to do it now.
You go.
Yeah, like whatever. I just keep doing it. Well, because we're not on camera. I can just do it whenever. You can just hear this scraping and dragging in the background.
There he always coming in. Okay, we're losing the squeaker. Either way, while we do some kind of furniture moving and generally just swallow the feng shui of the studio. We've got to get the balance right. Put a couple of crystals in the corner and something.
Oh, that's why I was confused. The handle's the other side on this chair.
I don't. You know, I feel like this information is very irrelevant for anyone that hasn't seen these chairs.
No, but
before.
it worries me because one of these has not been properly built. Because if the handle's the other side, I'm kind of worried now.
Okay. I'm slightly concerned as well.
This chair or the other chair is going to fall over.
One of us is going to.
I'm just going to disappear mid-cast. And we're like, ah!
Okay. Wait, we are just waiting for a member of EnVy. HellRaisers already raring to go. We are just waiting for the appearance of NBK. Maybe he's still washing his hair dye off. Maybe he's just going to.
He's still regrets.
He's like, what have I
Shouldn't have done this.
Oh, if you haven't seen it,
how in-depth a process it was.
Oh yeah.
You've got to go to the bleach blonde, and then go into the green
first,
into the blonde to get the blue.
You got to strip the color out of your hair.
God.
Yeah. Because I remember when I was a kid, right? You know, like
you're going to say you had it.
No, but you know, like comic relief where you dye your hair red.
Did you have little Ronaldo highlight tips like Jason Kaplan did?
That's like Bleach. I didn't go for like that kind of look, but yeah, because you know I was like the dark-haired kid, and everyone else was like dyeing their hair red for comic relief, and then when I put red hair dye,
purple.
It just goes like a really kind of odd. It looks like I've kind of slipped and fell, and I've got a little bit of blood in my scalp. Like it really doesn't really work for a dark-haired man. Yeah.
You got a thick head of hair though. That's the thing.
I do have a thick head of hair.
You're not getting bald anytime soon.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, let's talk about the game now. We do have all the teams in play, but it looks like everyone is in that screen.
That's a relief.
So the coach is in there as well for HellRaisers, which is Lambert. Lambert's in there. So yeah, we were talking about obviously Oscar in there. Well, Schneider's in there as well. Now Schneider had honestly a pretty damn quiet day yesterday. Wasn't really doing great, and obviously we don't know whether he is going to stay a permanent member in HellRaisers. Don't really know the exact standing on him yet. They haven't really come out with a clear statement as far as I'm aware that I've seen. Stico, by the way, is apparently how we pronounce it, not Styco.
Stico. Okay, yeah. Brilliant. I mean, Styco is just kind of the logical.
Yeah, because it's a Y.
That's English, right? Yeah, but that's English. I mean, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, why not? Let's speak a different language.
They're messing us up.
Stico.
Yeah, so Schneider it's an odd addition for me. Like in my mind, I'm just looking at it and it just kind of raises eyebrows. Because I mean, he was having communication like, I just need to cast everyone's mind back. The main problem Dignitas had with Schneider in the roster was communication issues.
And then he goes into a Ukrainian team.
I'm like, I can't quite comprehend it. Like, oh yeah, I was having trouble learning a language quite similar, Scandinavian language. I don't think he's going to be picking up Ukrainian anytime soon.
No, it's well, you never know. Maybe he's got some sort of heritage in there that it suddenly is like we don't know. He learned it as a kid. It's like. I don't know. There's some very strange stuff in there. I remember I've seen a couple of moves like that before with the old Moscow 5 lineups and stuff, and then some random guy like, how is that going to work? He's like, actually, his grandmother is from Ukraine, therefore he speaks. It's like, oh, well, yeah, because if my nan was from Ukraine, that's the language I'd learn as a kid. That's totally how it worked. But
that is.
But you never know. Maybe Schneider has got a long-lost grandmother that is Ukrainian. He's probably thinking, what are they on about? What are they on about? We're still waiting for, it was MBK again that's dropped out. Yeah, he did join and then dropped out. That blue hair's giving him some serious problems tonight.
Yeah, it's messing with his Wi-Fi. He's actually rocking like a laptop.
With his Wi-Fi. I can only assume they're not in the villa anymore. He must be back in Austria. Like, because they were all in the villa. They were all in the villa together, like all 5 of them. That was the boot camp, wasn't it? Or 6 of them, actually, because Next would be there as well. But 7 technically, because Hastro was there as well. They would have all been there on the boot camp, obviously, which worked wonders. But oh, there he is. He's joining back in. So obviously, I would say, what are we predicting on this one? But we're obviously going with EnVyUS going to win this one. I
think you'd be very foolish to not back the team that just won the major event, where the opponent was no longer present.
We thought that yesterday.
You did indeed.
But then we thought maybe they've got a really bad hangover. Yeah, his chances were pretty strong.
Exactly. That was my tweet to MBK was like, why don't you go celebrate true EnVyUS style, like a team that were always very keen to celebrate. Keen to celebrate was
before and after tournaments.
Exactly. So yeah, they're going to be celebrating, and they're probably, I feel like they're still probably riding a bit of a high from that. Absolutely no doubt about it. You know, they only kind of just, it doesn't set in instantly, and that's something that you see a lot of the winners say. Maybe not for Fnatic when it's like their 3rd time, like, oh, another major, but for a team like Envy who've been, you know, hunting it, especially for players like Kenny and Apex who, you know, spent so long chasing that dream. Now to have it, it does take a while just to set in and actually realize that you've got it, you've done it. And now it's going to be their chance to try and get another step closer to another big prize pool. Of course, this is the ESL ESEA Pro League, $250,000 on the line.
I think it's good that it wasn't Fnatic that won it as well. I mean, we were talking about it obviously the week before. Like, you know, if Fnatic go and win 4 majors, they'll be like the 3 in a year.
Honestly, I was very happy to not have Fnatic.
Yeah, it's like the Koreans coming into League. It's just like, no, please don't make that happen in Counter-Strike. Suddenly it's just like everything Korea. It's like StarCraft and all those other sort of games.
They're on their way.
Dominate.
CSGO Asia.
See, it's I did hear rumblings that they're going to start. I think it's going to be free in Korea or something like that. I'm not too sure.
That would be a very good idea.
That would be the opening of the gates.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, there's actually no reason why it wouldn't be free either. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. It is going to be EnVyUS versus HellRaisers. It is the ESL ESEA Pro League, and both these teams absolutely need wins. EnVyUS chasing that place. Can they manage to get into that 4th slot? It is wide open right now. And it is HellRaisers stacking out in Banana.
All right, then. So jumping into the action, it does seem that HellRaisers are going to be delayed or waylaid just by that smoke. I say that just for a second, because it looks like they're going to be pushing through. But Kenny's always maneuvered himself beautifully, disappears through the smoke just for a second before Kucha does find his head. And now Apex is looking to follow in Kiyoshima's footsteps. Good God, that's 3. And now Oscar is just wondering where it all went wrong. He is towards construction, and I think they know it. And it looks like EnVyUS have got a very well-read initial round as they have managed to completely decimate that full B.
And a 1v4 unwinnable situation for Oscar here. Happy, we'll close it out. Cheeky little play, actually, from Kenny. While he didn't really get the frags, it turned everyone's attention. He backed into that smoke. Like I say, he was on Porch, backed across into the smoke, and then backed into it. Everybody span towards him, and Keo's just like, oh, look, lots of free heads. And, well, he didn't need a second chance to land all those shots. Beautiful stuff from him. So, here we go. Double rifles picked up. Apex and Keo on the M4A4. The A1, sorry. A4. It is the A4. I was right the first time. P90s, SMGs, everything ping picked up.
Oh, HellRaisers are going to be holding hands again as they skip towards apartments.
It's a force from HellRaisers.
Yeah, they have gone for the Tech 9 armor. Off the back of that first round. Usually makes sense as long as the bomb didn't go down, which it didn't. And here they come. It does mean they're walking straight into a P90. They have to worry for Kenny. He does go down, but Apex teaches him a lesson or 2. He's going to get just a 2 before Sticko has been corrected. And Keo's just going to go ahead and pick up another 2. He's picked up 5 frags in just 2 rounds, as now it is just Sticko left. They have made a huge impact into this round. Happy is going to shut it down before it gets out of hand, but still, 3 big frags off the back of their Tech 9 armor. Nothing too sad on the side of HellRaisers. They're going to be happy to have taken those frags. A bomb plant would have sweetened the deal, but no complaints.
Costly round, but they can just pass off some of those guns, so they should be fine coming into this round. I assume Apex is going to get past the gun. He's maybe just going to sit with that
manage to
pistol.
recover the
no,
other
actually,
rifle.
they're not going to pass the gun. All right, fine, happy. Don't give them your P90. Sit on your 4K. Why don't you? Just let two of your team members have pistols. I mean, they know that everybody else is on pistols, so they got obviously head armor, pistols, nades, everything in there. And more importantly, there's defuse kits, which we saw a couple of times. People were missing through the major, but Kucha's going to be the one that creeps up into apartments. Keo is there ready and waiting, and that is the one and only rifle that EnVyUS have. Hoping that he comes there. Happy went pretty deep down Banana on Angel.
Indeed, he did. Now Keo is going to catch a glimpse of one. Instead of looking to face, he just makes the call. Apex is going to be pushing aggressive, then maybe with a mind to go aggressive towards Apps. Instead, though, he is going to catch one. It's going to be Sticker. They come in a wave, and it's 5-7. Just going to mow them down. That's 3. What on earth? The unarmored HellRaisers just hit a brick wall, and it's Apex who mounts it and picks up the frags.
The original guy he was aiming at, he missed, and then they just come through the door, and he just like flicked across.
Just a wave of them. Yeah.
And
it's like skipping stones.
Yeah, just like just throwing out the stones out there, just flicking those shots. Look, he's aiming at, it's a Sticko. He aimed at Sticko. He still didn't actually kill Sticko. Sticko killed him in the end, but he got 3 anyway. So it's like,
the
well,
magic of the 5-7. Almost, you almost need to have like a spray pattern with the 5-7. If you know the exact spray, you can just kind of hold down and go crazy. As now it does look like we're going to be seeing HellRaisers slow things down as they finally manage to put some AKs into their hands. Yeah,
that nade didn't really land. It was MBK that tossed it down. He's the MBK's all alone, actually. They're expecting a 4-man stack, possibly some heavy, fast push.
I like Happy's aggression.
Yeah, they've got 2 in apartments, haven't they? Happy's going in with that AWP, which obviously we see JW doing so often. Apex, though, got took down by Schneider, and that's apartments lost now. And Happy's actually in a real tricky situation now with this AWP. He could do with rotating. It's him, more importantly, notice Happy on it over Kenny S. It's something we saw a lot of before the major. They do tend to trade quite happily. MBK still left alone, but Kenny's actually heading over there. Did he just go for the resmoke? I think he just went to resmoke it. That was all it was. So they are keeping still 3 members on A site.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the fact that Happy did take the aggressive Apps and leave Kenny with the M4 is intriguing to me. We'll see what Kenny can do with his M4. I think he's considering a push through smoke. Oh, that's gorgeous. Connects through and backs away completely unharmed. He is going to get hunted down, though. He's going to get caught. Angel, smart aggression from him. He's going to potentially be caught out by Happy, though. That's his AWP. He's going to catch a glimpse of just one. Doesn't quite connect, and now this could be causing problems. But no, Keo and Happy starting to bring it under control, and now it's just going to be Sticko and Angel to forge something with 20 seconds left.
Keo was immovable in that pit during the major. Let's see if he can hold the position again, because he might get tested. But MBK at the moment sitting here in the archway. Angel's pushing his position, but he's just playing it so well. Angel does manage to catch him down. Now we're into a 1-on-1, but there's only 5 seconds remaining. Angel will not have time to plant that bomb. He will survive with that weapon, though. And it's just Keo remaining for EnVyUS. He stole the AWP away, though.
That was damn close. And Angel getting an AWP out of that one is actually a real kind of necessity is the word I'm looking for HellRaisers. It does manage to kind of bring something into this round, which would otherwise be a very, very minor. EnVy, though, are going to be... they're basically having their money tested, but never entirely. Like, they've been constantly kept kind of respectful. If you have a look, you can see their economy is still kind of dampened. They do manage to bring rifles into this one, though.
Angel's sticking with the AWP. He hasn't passed it off to Oscar or Kucha. He's just going to, like, no, I got the weapon. I recovered it. It's mine.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say Kevlar, but you are seeing Sticko and Schneider both with it as well.
Yeah, you would have thought, I mean, with Oscar hitting shot after shot after shot with that AWP, you think that it maybe just gifted it him to start with. He could have gone for the peaks and then pick it up afterwards, go for the recovery. But they're happy to let Angel. I mean, Angel is the in-game leader. He just got a glimpse of Kenny S there, but Kenny backs away, straight back to Arch. Not going to go for a second re-peek. He did see that big AWP, his own AWP, being used against him.
Smoke's raining out across the map from EnVy. That's going to be 3 nades in a very short space of time, just trying to lock this T-side down, not enabling him to group too fast, but Sticko, huge frag. That CT Arch could be vulnerable. I say could be, because Happy and Apex are right there in the wings, waiting for their chance to keep this T-side under control. 5 members from HellRaisers are about to swarm the site, though.
Yeah, Sticko with that Deagle was landing shot after shot yesterday. Can he continue it? Oh, Keo manages to find Angel. That was the one AWP, but there's Schneider. Managed to pick up that M4 off the floor. Gets himself one. Apex quickly with the backstab on Oscar. And he's quickly going to get smoked off as well. That flash will help him out. Schneider's tucked himself up aggressively, but Apex catches him. And he's not missing his shot until that last moment when Kucha does come out. That's a beautiful little flash to pop himself around the corner. Should be able to catch out Kucha. Stutters around the corner a little bit. There's a lot of damage, but Kucha somehow comes out on top. But MBK with the shotgun, up close and personal. will take his face clean off.
Yeah, that's just like the Nova dream is a 3 HP enemy walking towards you. You've got such massive margin for error, just that beautiful shell as it does finally bring HellRaisers down again. 5-0 then is going to be the score as the T side yet to really find too much of a way in. And yet it does feel like these rounds are close. Every single time HellRaisers are hitting a site, it's coming down to 1 versus 2, a couple of 2v2s. They're keeping EnVy respectful, and that's important in this one, but they are going to have to put a number on the board soon.
Well, it's going to be a KennyS that goes for the peak. Doesn't land the shot. I think he was egged on towards Angel. But look at the aggression. Apex is down the bottom of mid already. The rest of the team going to join him. Happy's pushing out of apartments as well. That's where Kucha and Schneider are waiting. I think Happy's going to catch him in the back. He will. And this is all happening all across the map. Schneider's going to try and creep through tunnels. KennyS should be watching. The second this head peeks out, Kenny is going to find it. There he is. Oh, he misses a flick. Schneider manages to land it. Okay, chaos now, because it's a 2-on-4, and Happy's actually behind enemy lines.
Yeah, and Happy, I think he must have spotted the bomb on his travels. He's probably going to catch a glimpse of Schneider here, but he's expecting it. He is going to take the head off, and now this is getting exciting because EnVy, they're not too sure where they want to move. Apex and NBK were on B, but one's pushing Banana. NBK's on the rotate to A, and HellRaisers, they've got 50 seconds to make a very important decision. We've got an AWP and an AK in play with 40 seconds up against 3. What is the plan here? And I think it's going to be a case of just begging for a player to push down Banana. That's exactly what they're waiting for. Schneider is just trained, lying in wait for Apex to push. I don't think he's going to be foolish enough to do that, though.
Well, Apex will get the one. Can he get the second? Yes, he can. Beautiful spray onto Oscar. And they close things out. Getting a little costly for them, but it is 6-0. But they haven't really had a great moment where they can build that bank up. You can see it's still not great. Only, what, 3K max across most of the players, despite the fact they've got 6 rounds running. Yeah, and some really, you can see these close rounds coming in. Look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about, where every single time the CT side is being kept down. And you can see, again, every single time they do go in for that buy, no one's breaching the 3K mark left in their wallet. Still, HellRaisers still desperately trying to find a round, this time opting for the Galils and limited nades. You can see even Sticko not even bringing anything into the fray this time. 4 members of HellRaisers are again heading up through second mid, looking to try and seize control of both middle and apps. And it's actually going to be quite a fast one. Kenny does catch the leg onto Sticko yet again. It's going to be a repeat. Not again. That's 2 rounds in a row, rather. Oh. He got hit by the AWP and then taken down by the nade. In the meantime, we did find Schneider. And the bodies, they're going to keep dropping. Yeah, it's going to be Happy pushing now. Switching position with Kenny. Apex has joined him. And now Kucha suddenly left alone. This round has also gone very wayward for HellRaisers. EnVyUS backed up into default positions, and Kucha in a nigh on impossible situation here. Apex and Keo both going to be in there. Keo the king at pit, but Apex has been hitting shot after shot. He must be high on the frags. Yeah, 12 kills already. He's definitely been hitting a lot of frags so far. 7-0, going the way we expected here. I mean, if EnVyUS could do this against Fnatic, we definitely think they can do it against HellRaisers. Yeah, absolutely. This does look like a very much French Inferno at this point. As we are going to be seeing HellRaisers just got on that kind of horrific state where you just end up constantly buying. You don't see like a reason not to, but I can see a reason. Look at those nades. 2 flashes for their entire attack. Like, what are you going to bring in to this round with 2 flashes when you haven't been able to do it with full smokes and nades? Now, though, they are going kind of rinse and repeat, going through second mid, yet to be challenged initially on second mid, but that's because EnVy so far have just been happily waiting, biding their time, and waiting for HellRaisers to come towards them. Stiggo could have got a flash in there as well. It's a smoke, sorry. They could have done with 1 smoke or another flash or something. There's one of the flashes being thrown out. It's going to go straight into apartments, but look at Keo. He's just mowing them down. Oh my god, no. Picks up the AK, could have carried on going. Just could have held that mouse button back down again. Apex catches Schneider as he comes out of boiler. The second man will be Kucha that will peek out of there. But again, with little to no utility, they're just running blindly around these corners, straight into the wanting arms of EnVyUS. Very easy round for them, 8-0. HellRaisers look lost at this point, Lee. I'm kind of starting to get a little concerned. I think this is going to have to be, finally, for the first time in a while, just a couple of pistols. I think Deagles and Tech-9s most likely. So, I will say, for HellRaisers, actually, they did lose 12-3, I think it was. 12-3 against TSM yesterday in the first half as CT. Right. And they actually took it to 16-11. So they do have a good T side. It's just EnVyUS are just so damn good at this right now. They obviously, after yesterday's loss, I think they were probably a little annoyed by that. And then when we see KennyS playing so confident and Apex doing that straight down mid, They're just, like, the confidence is on an all-time high for these guys.
This doesn't feel like a big game for HellRaisers, which indeed it is. We were just stating, you know, it cannot be understated that this is kind of a battle for survival for HellRaisers. Envy, they're a little more comfortable, but I mean, by no means are they a guarantee.
It's a big game for Envy as well, because if they lose one more game, they're at that 8 marker, which everybody else is at. There's like about 4 or 5 teams all on 8 losses. So suddenly, like, if they don't lose another game throughout the rest of the season, they qualify. That's it. They're done. They're in. But if they drop another, totally possible. They've still got quite a few games to go. Suddenly, they're on that cusp where, you know, NIP is nipping at the heels, you know, and no pun intended on that one, actually. Yeah, those sort of teams that totally can get in there. Kenny going full on aggression, but this time he doesn't land the shot.
He is going to back away. That's twice he has gone aggressive in apps, twice in a row, in fact. And actually, Happy did take a little bit of a charring, down to 51, as he has been cooked quite lightly. Nice and toasty. Kenny misses a second shot now into the round. He is going to have his vision obscured by the smoke. Throws out one of his own as he's going to go ahead and try and catch this and maybe just sate some of this aggression. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening just yet, and the HellRaisers, in fact, are setting equal aggression both to A and B. I think they're trying to get in EnVyUS's head somewhat.
They've not hit B yet, have they? Apart from that very first pistol round. That's the only time they actually went there. They've not once tried it. Maybe they're just scared of MBK. MBK is probably quite bored over there, actually, to be fair. That's why he's only got 2 kills on the board, yeah. 2 kills, 2 deaths. It's just like, this is bounce. I'm hating sitting on B right now, yeah. I reckon they might actually go for it this time. I'm seeing Sticko and Angel looking over that way as Schneider and Oscar test the waters. And, well, once they get that opening on A side, they're going to try again.
Yeah, I mean, Schneider and Oscar managed to take down Kenny and Keo.
Oh, Happy's rotated away from this.
Completely rotated. I think there's a misread there from Happy, as now HellRaisers just going to have to try and find Apex, and Apex knows it's going to come down to what he can do. In fact, no, time has provided enough for Happy to get into library. He's going to do some reading and try and wise up, but it looks like it's going to be just one for Apex. Second does go the way of Angel, so now Envy are really in trouble, and NBK, he wanted to have a chance to get frags. This is it. 1 versus 3 in order to keep HellRaisers on that 0.
So MBK, what can you do? He's had his quiet period, now he's got a full retake, and he's actually chose to pick up an AWP. Interesting choice. Just get that one. Schneider tagging him. Oh, manages to catch Angel mid-air, and that was actually more down to Schneider giving fire from Graveyard, so he was looking that way already.
There's no reason Schneider would peek, and I think MBK's just happy.
Yeah, he's just going to hold on to this weapon and maybe try and take some of the guns out of their hands, but HellRaisers finally get one on the board. It's been a long time coming. In the 10th round, they finally successful with that plant as well. The problem is for HellRaisers, they've got to be careful they don't lose this round straight back, break their economy straight away, and then EnVyUS, well, they're going to close out with a 12-3 at minimum.
Yeah, we could even be looking at 14-1 if that does happen, absolutely. This could be getting a little out of control. This is a big one then for them, as Lee has already stated. Let's have a little look at Oscar starting this one off. He has managed to put the AWP into his hands and see if he can get any counterplay towards Envy, and he is going to catch a glimpse of Kenny. Nothing going to be found off it, though, as the deep CT smoke.
This
is worrying, though. This is worrying because of that deep smoke. Look how much, oh my god, look how much control they've taken. Apex is just pushed back into Banana. He's done a full lap, folks. And now it comes down to what Schneider can do to try and deal with this heavy CT presence.
Keo
look
right
at that mini-map.
Well.
That's nuts.
Keo's in the back corner of mid here. As soon as Schneider peeks up there, Keo's looking straight at him, but he manages to find him. But Kenny S quickly responds. The second that head pops up. The little whack-a-mole game. Happy's got to be careful. Kucha's trying to sneak around the back of him in apartments. Now Happy's tucked himself up into dark rooms. Oscar's going to find Kenny S. Very aggressive stuff from Kenny to take that AWP all the way down there. MBK and Apex just around the corner, which is what Angel and Oscar are trying to peek at.
Can't believe Apex. Apex pushed through middle to get to Banana, folks, and now we are going to see just one. NBK is actually going to take one before he goes down, and we are going to be seeing HellRaisers find that second round. And I mean, part and parcel of that round going the way of HellRaisers was Envy's. It felt like mindless aggression. A deep smoke, a very kind of underthought out, underdeveloped push, which involved a player pushing all the way down middle and then kind of being like, oh, where do I go now?
Well, it was Schneider that upset it because you know, Keo was in the position, Apex had that nice little cross, and then Schneider popped up from tunnels. And it was like, you shouldn't be here. What are you doing there? Everybody should be stuck into the back there. But Schneider clearly reading what they were planning. This time, though, Envy very much sitting back. Not peeking, not looking at the angles. Happy and MBK sitting at B site together, so very much a default strat from EnVyUS this time. And it looks like HellRaisers are ready to maybe even just pop flash and push through onto B.
This is the first of its kind for HellRaisers, and actually he's going to catch one, but look at that. Happy, so beautifully ready and waiting. He's going to get one. MBK is going to train down another. That's Happy. It's just collecting heads. He's taken down 3, and now Schneider is wondering where it all went wrong. Apex could go down, though. Nice positioning from Schneider, but he's got 3 more to find if he wants to find the 3rd for his team.
I think we just saw why they've not been going to B-site. Happy and MBK just crucified them there. Schneider with just 6 health left. Hasn't got the bomb. It's over on B site, so he's just simply going to try and wait this one out. He's got 45 seconds, though, so this could be a long round. Just sit and wait for that timer to go down. There's no chance he's getting anywhere near it. Yeah. And we were talking about their accounts being broken. They will be. They've only won the 2 rounds back-to-back. They're going to be pretty short. There is probably enough to maybe hand off. If Schneider keeps hold of this AK, he can pass it off to Sticko. Angel should be okay. Somebody else can pass a weapon. It's all okay for now, but 18 kills for Apex. You know, he's been doing a fantastic job, but, you know, we can't really talk about kills because MBK's had no action.
Yeah, I mean...
No action. He's got 4 kills, 5 deaths.
What happened there is...
Nothing's happened from
is the one time they came B, Happy was there to do it all for him. He was like, God damn it, I was Flash. He you know, finally wipes the final tear from his eye from the flashbang, and there's 3 dead.
So that little blue rinse is just dribbling down in his eyes.
Yeah. The blue rinse. God, MVK.
That's basically what he's got.
It's a bit more neon, I think, than your standard blue rinse, than your elderly down Iceland. Now, though, we are going to be seeing HellRaisers. They're going to be able to cobble together their AKs. I feel like we are, again, going to be witnessing a few lack of nades. In fact, no, looking at Oscar's economy, all of them should be able to bring something in. In fact, we're going to see a couple of mollies. That's a little encouraging, as we could be seeing something different from them. $400 investment for the 2 Ts that have taken it. And for the first time for Envy, we're rocking the double AWP. Happy taking one over towards B, and I am a big fan of Happy's AWP on B.
They're coming his way, aren't they? They're going to challenge him. They've got to make sure they block this one out. Well, Happy, he's got an ace from this angle before. It was with a deagle. With that AWP in hand. No skin, by the way, notice that. Don't know whose it is. As he managed to pick it up off, doesn't matter. MBK is finally looking for kills. He's actually going aggressive. It's like, great, Happy's going up. I can finally keep pushing for this one. I don't think they're going to keep on pushing. There's so much smoke down there right now. 3, 4 smokes all on B site. Are they really going to push through with that molly down as well? There's just nothing they can do.
I don't think so. I think it's actually going to be Sticko and Schneider who try and spearhead some sort of rotate.
Another smoke. Just keep them coming.
It's really actually very impressive from Envy that they've managed to bring the clock down to 48 without HellRaisers really being able to get even an eye line.
Oscar's in a great spot if he were to dissipate there. Oh, he's managed to pick an AK up.
MPK has improved his arsenal. In the meantime, 3 members of HellRaisers are trying to make some sort of headroom over towards A.
They're coming out of boiler straight into Kenny S here. They have to make sure they flash him out. They've only got 1 to use, and that's already gone out. They've got no flashes. So yeah, they're just going to have to jiggle peek this one, try and shoulder peek, try and do what they can. It is only Kenny that's watching this angle. Keo and Apex are in pit, covering out from quad. So Kenny's going to get pressured. He's forced back.
He has been backing away. Nice flash as well to try and delay this assault, but it's still going to get pretty bloody pretty fast. Apex is just dealing with this beautifully. Keo's deagle rattling forth as he finds Angel, and now Schneider, the newest addition to HellRaisers, the kind of unusual addition to HellRaisers, and he's once again going to be the last man standing. Yeah, this is a running theme now. The man with the bomb, it's Schneider, and again he's the last one standing. Just
having to sit and keep hold of his weapon.
No, you know what it is? It's because he's tabbed out Google translating what the call was. And he's like, oh, okay, it looks like, oh, they're pushing A. Oh, they're all dead.
Wait, oh, they're going mid. Oh, mid.
Middle,
they're all dead already.
Oh,
I'll just stay back in base. I could just imagine him with Google Translate on his phone in front of him. The second one.
Or he's holding it up to TeamSpeak. Like, Google Translate's like, pushing mid.
Siri, translate. Oh, dear. Kenny S taking liberties down mid there, taking a good long look to see if he can find some angle. Schneider, as we said, holding on to that AK because he wasn't able to translate what HellRaisers were doing. And he has kept hold of that weapon. But this is going to be, again, another tricky situation. Schneider, the only man with a flash. That's going to have to get used in exactly the right position. Can they just flash out Kenny and maybe try and rush him down?
I mean, this just feels like the same thing again and again from HellRaisers. What have they changed? You know, what have they done differently this time? Here comes the assault again. Kenny's going to back it up. He's going to connect this shot, you would assume. He does. Now probably going to get the second. No, Oscar shakes his head, finds the head with just the Glock, and actually puts a rifle in his teammate's hands. Kucha now wielding an extra rifle. That's him and Oscar. I'm going to be looking to try and take some heads.
Triple stacked in Arch right now. Happy's just like sat in CT spawn and they're triple stacked in archway, thinking, hang on a minute, where do we go? We've collected the weapons.
I like what Happy's doing here because he's expecting them to rotate. Look at that tight angle. Usually you expect people to be there when they're saving, but this is actually going to pay dividends. That's one. He could very well find a second with the P250. Kucha isn't going to let that happen. And I think MBK might finally see some action here in the 14th round.
Yeah, they're coming his way, but Oscar's got that AWP now off Happy's body. Oh, but Kucha's coming in. He's not looking towards Spools, and that was really a very open angle that he should be checking. Instead, he was so worried about Banana, and MBK just gets himself 2 gracious kills. No problem there.
No, I mean, that's just smart positioning from MBK. There's no, like, when would you ever peek Spools first when you're coming into that site? You've got like, new box,
why would you be up
you've
there?
got Banana to check. There's so many different priorities. By being so high and so open, he manages to catch a player off guard, and that brings another 12th round home.
Hiding in plain sight, I believe is the phrase.
Exactly, absolutely.
Oh, auto sniper
HellRaisers movement, vision is based off movement. And
the T-Rexes.
Actually, isn't it Velociraptors or both of them? God,
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Nobody knows really, do they? Really? They're just making it up.
Or Predator, actually. Predator's the same.
Every time a Jurassic Park film comes out, they just make it up as they go along.
I think you're right. Either way, we are going to be seeing 4 players from HellRaisers, this time towards B. And every time this happens, Smokes managed to delay and kind of push HellRaisers off enough. Just one Molotov seems to have done the trick this time as 3 members kind of pour out and decide that they're not quite interested in the all-in play.
Just threw a decoy in. Happy's like, what? It's just like,
what does this mean?
I'm not moving off this angle.
Look at this synergy, though. So Happy is training on this location. As soon as he takes that first shot, the smoke comes out from MBK. So you ready? And we're going to be seeing that one initial shot, and the smoke's going to be thrown. He gets to back away. Very nice cover for firing from his teammate. He backs away through the smoke you would expect, but no, Oscar does connect, but good team synergy nonetheless. There's an auto sniper waiting to mow down the remains. I say remains, it's just Schneider and Oscar.
There's the bottom of Banana waiting for them. Kenny's already down here. Where are they going to go? Oh, jumping, flying shot. Get away with it, Kenny. You're not happening. You are maybe a major winner now, but you can't do that. And Schneider, bless him, last man standing. Oh, we just showed his shoulder.
That's a bit of a tongue twister.
I know, I can't quite say
Schneider showed his shoulder.
Yeah.
Schneider showed his shoulder.
13-2, though. That's a great first half from EnVyUS. You got to pretty much write off HellRaisers here. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from this one.
I'm actually going to write that down. Schneider showed his shoulder. I'm going to try and say that 6 times fast at the end. Either way, we are going to be seeing...
You can start with so as well. So shoulder.
So Schneider showed his shoulder.
That's a tongue twister.
That's a good one.
Especially after a couple of Rebels. It's just like...
Yeah, and if it was Tosspot, you could say, so Schneider showed his shoulder sensational.
Sensationally. That's sensational, Schneider. He showed his shoulder.
Superb. Anyway,
oh dear.
Alliteration and nonsense aside, it does look like Envy are just within nibbling distance of that win. All they need to do is pick up this pistol, and it should be a very convincing win, to say the least. HellRaisers is going to be bringing the 4 Kevlar 1 dev kit into this one, which is, of course, the 2 flashes wielded by Kucha as well, and quite a similar setup as well for the French into this one. Their chance now to forge an assault. They are the ones controlling the pace of the round, and let's see how they choose to take it. Looks like it's going to be 4 members taking that kind of alternate route through second mid, and it's going to be, a nice pickup from Oscar. He gets 2 quick heads and a third. Schneider has helped out a little bit. It doesn't look like anyone else needs to, as well as Angel does the final work, and that's going to be 3 very quick frags for Oscar, and HellRaisers take a perfect pistol.
I always get so impressed when I see pro players doing that. He didn't even go for a reload. That's just literally about 5 bullets, 3 heads. It's like, beep, beep, beep. I mean, obviously, if it was screaming, they'd just use 3 bullets, but... 1.
Oh, they almost lined up, actually. That
he actually used 2 on him, and then
the third
almost missed that, and then just like, boop.
Yeah, see you later, Alligator. So that's really important, because HellRaisers didn't lose a single man. They're going to try and build up some economy here. I say build up an economy, just the 1 SMG, but that's probably making a good sense considering the armor that has been equipped. And now, oh my god,
that's a friendly nade.
Look at this rush from Kuchi. He's just caught Kyo in the back. He's looking to find a second as well. Oscar, in the meantime, is keeping his back safe. And look at this rush. Oh my god, Kuchi's going hunting with his USP, backing away a little bit, trying to go James Bond style.
Where's he got his USP out now? He's got an SMG. Why don't you just... I was thinking, I haven't got time to reload, I'll just use my USP. This has gone completely bananas. This is totally backfired. Sticko finally managed to land a shot, but Happy gets another, and Angel's only on 23 health here. It's a triple for Happy. Now he's got himself up for mass. Angel's waiting in pit for him, but that's an M4A1. Does he want it? Or does he want the FAMAS? It's like, how do you like this gun right now?
I think he just failed the pickup, yeah. This would be a 4th frag for Happy if he picked this one up.
He's got 50 seconds. He
had no right. He had a P250 and a Kevlar at the start of this one. Now he's got a full set of nades, an M4, and the bomb. And he's actually looking to just go for a cheeky run towards B. I think Angel's going to just play the waiting game in pit.
I think because the craziness, the aggressiveness that HellRaisers showed, he's like, is he behind me? Is he on site? Where's he gone right now? Now he's going to get in. He's going to get it planted. This was just an eco. Like it wasn't even so much of a force from EnVyUS, which you ordinarily would expect.
It was your force second round. It was full pistols and armor.
Oh, it was full pistols and armor. Okay, I didn't see the full pistols, but
yeah, you're right. Either way, it's a very, very big upset for HellRaisers. This was their chance to get that second.
They tried to almost do the Navi-esque no respect run down mid and carve you out, and it just backfired on them. I mean, like you say, if it's a full force, I didn't quite catch the start of it because it all happened so quick, but you know, EnVyUS are known for it. They've got to expect it.
But now he's going to save it. He's just going to go ahead and bow out of this round, and it does look like Envy have just kicked HellRaisers right in the groin in this second half.
That was a proper ball shot.
That is a ball shot, absolutely. Ball shot, yeah. I mean, Happy getting 3 frags with just a P250. He's still running around with that P250 trying to find that low health member. It isn't going to happen, though, as he's too busy in apartments looking to buy something nice. And we are going to be seeing that scary 14. HellRaisers' money is going to be crippled, and they know it. It's just going to be that one rifle from Angel he managed to safely bring into this round, and he's going up against the full brunt of the French. Full nades for them, and actually, you've got to be scared because this is going to be a case of a couple of deagles as well. Let's see if NBK or Kiyoshima can take a note out of Happy's book.
Just 6 deaths of Kiyo so far in this game. Doing a grand job. Obviously, he's the pit master.
Ooh. That's the rifle gone.
Yeah, that's the singular rifle gone. That deep smoke. I don't think they're going to be too worried about that. Nades do go past. NBK trying to use that deagle. Kucher, I would not go there. he was like, I could just sneak in. No, that's a lot of gunfire. Better not do that. This backs away. Schneider's got himself in a great position here around the side. Pushed right deep on them. So almost got around the back, and that's caused EnVyUS to just split around a bit and realize they have to deal with Schneider's position. Can't even speak anymore.
Happens to the best of us.
Schneider's still there. He's not gone away yet. Now he's going to get spotted. It's just 7 health. That gives EnVyUS the information they need. Apex pushing up second mid, trying to catch him, but he's already passed on by, and Oscar delays them. So Envy, that's a good, what, 30, 40 seconds that Schneider's just bought them in the round.
Now, this gets interesting. It is a 4v4. They do have armor, though, and the more the time ticks away, the more EnVyUS could be in trouble because it enables HellRaisers to hold tighter angles, wait for that plant, and now we're at 30 seconds, and the bomb is finally starting to maneuver its way towards B, courtesy of Apex and the boys.
Because of that delay, it's bought time for Kucher actually to get in and get that weapon.
Look at this, though. This could get bloody. Oh, no, the deagle doesn't quite connect, but Kucher does it for him. That is the rifle he retrieved from Angel's corpse, and look how much damage it has provided. Now Kenny is finally going to shut that down. Finally, a couple of deagle bullets connecting from Sticko, but not enough. Schneider again with that CZ. He has been instrumental both in survival and fragging, and this could be it. Envy only have Kenny's the last hope. 9 points of health as well. 1 bullet from the P250 seals it, and HellRaisers get straight back into it with a taste of Envy's own medicine.
What a bizarre round, really. That was all down to Schneider getting around the back, getting that little backstab onto Happy.
But then surviving, I think that was a really big point.
He was down in the T-side apartments, yeah, and then survived, like you said. So they had to deal with him. Yeah. They had to go looking for him. So they retreated back down Banana. 2 of them held position at the bottom and mid, and they went. 2 of them fanned out and tried to look for him. Finally, they did find him, but it bought time for Kucher to get that M4A1. He gets back in towards Nubox. Emo in the corner. And they gets the double kill, and that's really what sets the whole round rolling. What a fantastic turnaround from HellRaisers there. Force bite into force bite. Fantastic stuff. 14-4. But now EnVyUS on the push through apartments straight into Sticko.
I swear if this happens again, it's just going to be CSGO all over.
It's done. We're done with CSGO.
And we are going to be seeing quick pickup from Apex. Sticko quick to bite back, though, with the FAMAS. And Oscar's doing the same. But it's just going back and forth. NBK has already found the head of Oscar. And it's not like they're going to be stopping just there. Happy has got the deagle out once again. You always have to be cautious of that one, especially here on Inferno. It looks like Sticko's about to walk headlong into the deagle. 1 bullet to the chest as his ribcage shatters, and it does look like this is going to be an easy one for the Envy boys. Again, just with the pistol and armor. This is just starting to become a little ridiculous.
It's, oh God, Happy. That's a triple with the deagle there for Happy. It's something we saw a lot throughout the major. Like, constantly we were seeing these forced ecos, forced pistols, you know, working so well. Just back and forth craziness. The Gamers 2 game comes to mind. That was a really wild show.
Oh, crazy. It was just a lot of deagles, a lot of kind of plays with the Tech 9 armor as well. These kind of constant back and forths, these up and down roller coasters of rounds where the pace is so different to what you'd expect from a rifle round because of the players moving both faster with the pistol, but also having that confidence. And look at this, it's going to be a clash on Banana.
They tried to go for the deep smoke. They tried to keep them pinned. They did manage to get 2 kills, though. Kucha got 2 in there. Schneider was trying to get that Mag 7 up close, down the bottom of Banana, but EnVyUS just rushed on through the smoke and caught them off guard. And now Apex pushing position. Angel just caught in Nubox. Sticko is behind them, but he's been smoked off. He's going to have to push on through, but Angel manages to land another. Oscar gets one down the bottom of Banana. Apex is the last man standing suddenly, and this could be a back and forth. Another forced pistol. Unbelievable. This will be the 4th time running.
This is truly insane. Of course, not over yet, though. Apex is going to walk straight into Oscar's crosshair.
What is happening?
It's happened again. Look at that. Back and forth we go. 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1. They're right down to the wire every single time, and the pistols prevail is going to be the key word for this game, as this second half has been nothing short of unusual.
4 forces running, insane, that come out successful. And you bet your life EnVyUS are going to do it again. I mean, they're on 15-5. They're on match point. So, yeah, sure, they can risk it for a biscuit. No problem about that. But, wow. Insane stuff. We're starting to see some beautiful Deagle action from the players, though. It's something that obviously has developed over the last, what, 3-4 months now. The Deagle's really coming into prominence since I felt like I decided to just like show the world how to do it. And everyone's gone, that's not a bad idea. We can all do that.
Definitely, it did start more on the NA side of things. In my from my perspective, I saw a lot of NA players using it. We'll talk about it in a second, because Schneider has been boosted over the smoke, and it does net him the kill onto MBK. And HellRaisers is going to break this curse of the magic of force.
I seem to remember, I think it was Henry G that was talking about that boost. Like, not a fan of that boost. And I can understand why. It's so exposed, because you're peeking out the side, and you have no idea what really could be down there. There is a smoke there, but there could, right? Yeah, there could be an AWP. There generally should be an AWP down the bottom of mid. We're staring at you, so very risky stuff, but it paid off. Schneider managed to get that kill. But now, EnVyUS are stacking out. They've smoked out CT Arch, and they're pushing into quad.
Yeah, and if you just
it's a fake, it's a full
this
fake.
Is very nice, and they managed to keep HellRaisers very busy without a smoke, a decoy, a lot of footsteps towards middle, and Oscar, you can see he's desperately expecting a couple of a horde of players to emerge through that smoke, but little do they know, EnVy are about to emerge on towards B. It's going to be Kucha and Angel who lie in wait.
Angel's going to get himself onto Spalls. He's going to jump right just at the right moment. They haven't spotted him, and now he's been completely smoked out. He's going to have to edge forward, but it's perfect timing. He gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Wow. Brilliant stuff from HellRaisers. They timed it perfectly, and honestly, I remember there's more luck than judgment. The flashes came in, the smoke came in just as he was getting onto Spalls, so they'd all passed by Spalls. They'd have all checked that angle and said, okay, there's no one there. Let's look for new box. Let's look for first box. And sure as hell, he just pokes out the smoke and pops them all down.
Gorgeous stuff. Feels like too little too late is going to be the story for this one. Either way, finally, for the first time in a while, we are going to be seeing no armor bought. EnVy are actually, to some degree, saving, folks. This is a nice sight to see, and in the meantime, Sticko has connected onto Apex, so that's 1 man down. And a Deagle lying on the battlefield. Kucha on the hunt with the MP9. He's looking to pad his stats and find himself some money. Angel, in the meantime, found Keo, and that's another 600 in the bank for Kucha, as finally Happy does return the favor. And we are just going back and forth again.
This is risky again. Look, Angel's very low. Angel's pushing down, but it's Oscar's in the front there. But there's 2 members of EnVy pushing on to Sticko. Sticko's the 1 man in pit, while Happy just keeps them busy. Now, Happy, you can see, he's gained himself an AK. And HellRaisers went for that aggression. Again, pushed all the way down mid, trying that no respect. But you've got to respect EnVyUS. They forced by every round. This time they actually didn't. There was no armor bought up, just a couple of pistols. But still they managed to make something work. And HellRaisers suddenly realized, hang on a minute, this is suddenly a very dangerous position. Sticko in this pit with the AWP is in a precarious position at best. MBK is the one that's going to be pushing him, and with that SMG in hand, he's not going to be going slowly as he comes around this corner. As I say that, as he creeps.
Yeah, just as you say that.
Sticko's not looking! Oh, there we go, finally.
He just hits the walk button as you say that now. Happy has 3 players to find. He's got full health, yes. The bomb isn't too far away. You can retrieve that from balcony, but with 25 seconds left, I think he realizes this is going to be a bit of a tough task. A tall order. And Sticko standing vigilant in pit. Does actually jump up, and oh, if he'd have just been there a second longer, he knows where Angel is as well now. Happy, things are starting to align, starting to correlate, but time's becoming the main factor here. He knows he's not going to get that bomb down, and Sticko's teasing him. He's just playing with him, and it's going to be HellRaisers toying with their food before they feast, and they do that. 7 rounds for them now, but it still feels like EnVy are just kind of delaying and waylaying what could be a 16.
That was, like you say, that wasn't a full force. They did get a couple of pistols, but there was no armor in there this last time. Now, of course, that means they can buy finally a full assortment of their arsenal.
Still an SMG for Apex.
15-7 match point. Yeah, Apex didn't really have a great deal of cash. Nobody could really buy it for him. Everybody's pretty much skint on Kio's Envy side. I was about to say ESL side. Everybody's broke on ESL
Kio
side.
and ESL.
We're all broke. But, well, we did just announce Maniac, you know. It's going to be joining you at IEM. And here we go. Apex pushing through. They do manage to get Schneider onto Kio, but quickly answered. Now it's just going to push on through those flames. This is fast-paced. EnVyUS trying to catch off. HellRaisers snapping. Yeah,
he's using that SMG, and he's going to find himself a frag. That's unusual. And now HellRaisers, they're going to have to try and build back into this one. Sticko has gone unnoticed, I think, though. Not for long. Does find the head of Apex. Now it's a 3v3, but that bomb's going to be going down any second now. As Happy's creeping and crawling. Angel's not going to watch it. This is going to be brutal. A big frag now as they are going to be able to deal with Sticko shortly. I say that. The nade is going to tag him. It is a 1v1. This would be his 4th frag. He is completely cut EnVyUS down. This would be his 4th, and it doesn't look like Happy's going to give it to him easily. Just darting back and forth. He goes on the hunt, but Happy says no. A smile creeps onto his face. He finds 16 eventually. Envy took their time in that second half just to find those final 3 rounds, but they did manage to do so. 13-2 on the half, and finally we see those final 3 acquired by Envy. And, I mean, a spectacle from HellRaisers a little bit with those pistols. A lot of force buys coming in.
Yeah, it was actually really entertaining to finish, really.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
That.
We were like, oh, 12-3, this is going to be done deal.
Yeah.
Everything is done. But EnVyUS do manage to close out the win, so that is Inferno out the way. Next is going to be Overpass. Now it's going to be NIP versus HellRaisers. HellRaisers going to have to reset their minds. They have got a great chance, though, against NIP. They've not played a lot of Overpass overall. But if you guys at home are watching and wondering, how do I keep up with all this action? Get over to the theScore eSports app. And, of course, you can download it for iOS and Android and keep you updated as the events happen. Don't forget, a lot of events happening. CEVO this weekend, so another one coming up.
Honestly, I think it's your CSGO calendar is full for like the next 6 months. So
yeah. And I think it's just only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. It's going to get to the point where players are like, well, we've got this 50 grand tournament and that 60 grand tournament. I don't know which one.
And that 250k tournament. Hey.
But yeah,
and San Jose coming up as well. Just in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time.
I don't know. I've got to get my tickets.
Don't know. We got to fly there.
It's 21st of November is when IEM kicks off.
It is. Yes. Well done. Good memory. We'll see you after the break, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be NIP versus HellRaisers.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta touch the babysitting against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exists. 2 kills could never be so important. Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's just gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Kenny F, he won the kill, but then he gets the second. Kenny F punches the round.